Well, good morning, everybody. It's Monday. It's May the 11th. I'm John Hiley of Pastor Grace Lutheran Church in Fairmont, Minnesota, here with you today, as I have been just about every day, with a word of encouragement and a word of hope. We know the news. We're living in a pandemic. We know the worry and the fear. And my hope today is to share a word of encouragement with you so that you might remember who you are in the light of God's promises and God's love for all the world. And today I'm going to be sharing, as I have lately, from Paul's letter to the church in Thessalonica. He wrote a couple letters to this church, and this is called First Thessalonians. And Paul had this word of hope to share, and I have found this word to be really encouraging to me. And Paul is I'm going to read first from Eugene Peterson's translation, the Message, and then I'll read from the New Revised Standard Version. And Paul says, regarding the question that has come up about what has happened to those already dead and buried, we don't want you to be in the dark any longer. First off, you must not carry on over them like people who have nothing to look forward to, as if the grave were the last word. Since Jesus died and broke loose from the grave, God will most certainly bring back to life those who have died in Jesus. So Paul is saying, I want you to get your attitude set on resurrection. I want you to get your attitude set on a day when the graves will be opened. See, I believe part of our life in this world is grieving. Grieving the things we've lost, grieving the people we've lost, grieving opportunities we've lost. And I believe grief and knowing our grief and naming our grief is actually part of being able to heal. But Paul is saying, as you grieve, I want you to remember that you grieve as somebody with some hope. You grieve as somebody who's looking forward to something that is still to come. So Paul says, and this is the New Revised Standard Version now, we do not want you to be uninformed, brothers and sisters, about those who have died, so that you may not grieve as others do who have no hope. For since we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so, through Jesus, God will bring with him those who have died. So this is our hope, and this is our hope that we get to share with all the world. It's a death and resurrection kind of hope. It's a hope that in God, even as things we love, even as people we love die, even as changes come, we believe that God is a God of new life and a God of transformation. So I encourage you today to look for signs of new life breaking in. Look for signs of new life today. Look for signs of new life tomorrow. Encourage you too to share this promise that there is new life, even as grief is real. We are living in this moment of pandemic. So it's a great day to pray. Pray for wisdom for yourselves, for leaders around the world. Pray for peace in your spirit. Pray too for churches around the world as we learn to be church in brand new ways. Pray also for families who know grief, for those whose lives have been flipped over, for those who work in healthcare, medical research, for those who work in essential businesses that have not stopped working, for those who have risked much for others, and for those who aren't sure what is coming next. Keep praying, keep believing, keep trusting. I'll be here with a new word again soon, and looking forward to hearing from many of you. Peace, many blessings.